So, you know that moment in a meeting where you're fighting this massive tangle of HDMI
Oh
cables?
yeah, the classic cable spaghetti problem.
Exactly. You're just trying to get your slide deck on the screen. The table is a total mess. You're sweating, and everyone's just staring at you.
It really just sets the tone for the whole meeting, right? And usually not a good one. It is just immediate friction.
Right. So today we're doing a deep dive into a piece of hardware designed to fix that exact friction, the Kramer TBUS-20XL.
Yeah.
It is a table mount solution, but our mission today is to see how it claims to be, a bit smarter than the usual plastic grommet you just shove wires through.
It definitely is. And the smart part is really in the industrial design of the lid. They actually call it the waves design.
Which honestly sounds a bit fancy for a metal flap.
I mean, it does, but think about the standard failure points. Usually a table box lid is either fully open and cluttering the table.
Or it slams shut on your finger.
Right, exactly. Or you have to prop it open with a notebook because the cables are too thick to let it close.
Yeah, I've definitely been there.
Kramer actually engineered these dual lids to stay open manually at literally any angle. There is no spring-loaded trap waiting to snap shut.
Okay, that is a nice touch.
But the real big win is that the lids can close completely while the cables are still plugged in and running through them.
Wait, so the cables just run out through a gap?
Exactly. You plug in your laptop, route the cable through the slot, and just shut the lid. You get the connectivity, but the table looks totally clean.
It's like invisible infrastructure. Keeps the boardroom aesthetic even when you are actually doing work. Now, installation-wise, it looks pretty straightforward. It just drops into the table and secures with a couple screws from the top.
Physically, yes. It fits a standard cutout, but here's where you have to be careful if you are ordering this yourself.
What's the gotcha?
It's a modular system. When you buy the TBUS-20XL, you are essentially just buying the enclosure.
The metal box and that nice lid we just talked about.
Right. It does not come with the power sockets or the cable retractors pre-installed. You have to buy the inner frame, which is part number T20F64, and the specific inserts you want separately.
Wow, okay, that is vital context. I can easily see someone ordering this, opening the box, and realizing they just bought a very expensive hole cover.
It happens all the time. But for an AV Pro, that is actually a massive feature. It means you aren't stuck with a VGA port you will never use. You build exactly what you need.
USB-C, HDMI, or power.
Exactly.
Makes sense. You get the chassis, then you pick the engine. And speaking of the chassis, it's a decent-sized unit.
It is substantial, roughly 11.4 by 9.9 inches on the footprint. And it is UL and CE qualified, which you absolutely need for commercial installs.
Let's talk about the cost. Because anything architectural usually implies a heavy markup. The MSRP sits around $385.
Which is standard for this grade of hardware. But right now, at HDTV Supply, the price is sitting at $308.
And I actually found an insider tip. There's a discount code right on the listing, 10% off, which helps knock that down even further.
Well, nice. And considering this is something you will likely touch every single day, the build quality matters a lot more than saving $10 on a cheap plastic alternative.
I also noticed the merchant, HDTV Supply, has a solid 4.7 out of 5-star rating. Verified buyers like Howard and Jeffrey C. specifically highlight the easy checkout and reliable shipping.
Which is honestly the highest praise you can get in B2B procurement. You just want the part to arrive on time so the installer isn't standing around waiting.
So to wrap this up, the TBUS-20XL, it's about invisible infrastructure, keeping the tech accessible but the aesthetic completely clean.
It effectively removes the technology from your visual field.
But it does make you wonder. We spend all this effort designing frictionless meeting rooms, hiding the wires, smoothing the connections.
Right.
If we actually succeed and the struggle of setting up the tech disappears completely behind a closed lid.
Does it actually improve the quality of human connection in the meeting?
Exactly. Or does it just remove the one excuse we had to pause and chat before getting down to business?
Something to chew on during your next conference call.
Thanks for diving in with us today. Catch you next time.